All right, let's talk about something incredibly important, but honestly, something we often forget about until it's a huge problem. I'm talking about your kidneys. These little guys work so hard to keep you healthy, and today we're going to dive into some really simple, everyday things you can do to protect them. And we're starting right now.
Okay, I'm going to be really direct with you right from the get-go. Stop doing this. Seriously, it's destroying your kidneys. And the scary part, you probably don't even feel it. You don't see it. But there are these little, everyday habits that are causing silent damage day in and day out. Our job today, let's bring that damage out into the open.
So, let me ask you a question. Do you know what the real silent killer in your body is? Because, it's not always the big, dramatic thing you might think of. We're talking about a problem that can creep up on you for years, without giving you a single heads up. And that's exactly what makes it so incredibly dangerous.
And here's why they call it a silent killer. I mean, it's a really good reason. Think about it. When you break a bone, you know it. When you get a headache, you feel it. But your kidneys, they don't scream for help. They just suffer in silence. And by the time you finally get a signal from them, well, the situation's usually already pretty serious.
Okay, look at this number, 80%. Let that sink in for a second. You can lose 80% of your kidney function before you even start to feel sick. I mean, that's wild, right? It's a massive amount of damage happening completely under the radar before your body's alarm bells even think about ringing.
So when those alarms finally do go off, what do they look like? Well, it's stuff like this. Swelling in your ankles, a kind of fatigue that you just can't shake no matter how much you rest. Maybe you notice your urine looks kind of foamy, or you have high blood pressure that won't go down. If you're seeing these things, this is your kidneys in serious trouble. These are not early warnings, folks. These are late-stage distress signals.
All right, so to really get a grip on how to protect these guys, we first got to appreciate what they even do. So let's talk about your body's hardest working filters.
Get this, your kidneys are only about the size of your fists. That's it. But their job? It's huge. Every single day, they filter over 50 gallons of blood. Just think about that for a second. They're constantly pulling out toxins, balancing all your body's essential electrolytes, helping control your blood pressure. They even help activate vitamin D for your bones. They are absolute powerhouses.
And this is such a perfect way to picture it. Just imagine your kidneys are like a coffee filter, right? When the filter is clean, the coffee, or in our case, clean blood, just flows right through, no problem. But what happens if you keep pouring sludge into it, day after day? Well, that filter is going to clog up, it's going to get worn out, and eventually it's just going to break.
So what exactly is this sludge that we're talking about? The stuff we're pouring into our filters every day? Well, the answer is kind of hiding in plain sight. It's in our most common habits, the stuff we do all the time without even thinking twice.
And here they are, the hidden kidney killers. We're talking about stuff like refined sugars and all those processed foods, popping painkillers like NSAIDs too often, processed meats that are just loaded with nitrates, not drinking enough water, and yeah, even too much animal protein. Now you might be wondering about that last one. Well, diets really high in animal protein create a lot of acid in your blood. And it's your kidney's job to work overtime to filter all that acid out. You do that for years and years, and it just wears them down. Every single one of these things puts a really heavy strain on your filters.
Yeah, this quote right here, it nails the whole problem with sugar. See, when you're constantly flooding your body with sugar, it can lead to insulin resistance, and that starts to stiffen up all those tiny, delicate blood vessels. I love this comparison. Think about how liquid caramel hardens into a solid piece of candy. That's basically what sugar is doing to the microscopic filters inside your kidneys. It's making them brittle and, well, just not very good at their job.
Okay, so I know after hearing all of that, you might be feeling a little worried. I get it. But hang on, because I want to pivot right now. This isn't all doom and gloom. There is absolutely a path to recovery. There's some really good news for your kidneys.
And here's the most important thing to remember. Your kidneys are tough. They are incredibly resilient. They have this amazing ability to heal, and they respond fast once you start treating them right. So the damage? It's not always a one-way street. You have the power to help them bounce back.
So, how do we actually do that? Let's build your kidney protection plan together. And these are simple, powerful steps you can start doing like today, the minute you're done listening to this.
The whole plan is built on just 4 pillars. That's it. This is not about some crazy diet or doing anything extreme. We're just going to focus on 4 key things: clean hydration, eating protective foods, keeping your protein intake moderate, and getting in some daily movement. See? Simple, totally doable, and so effective.
Oh, I absolutely love this way of thinking about protective foods. Imagine berries are like a bunch of tiny little fire extinguishers. They travel through your body and they put out all those little fires. You know, the inflammation and stress that are trying to damage the delicate tissue inside your kidney filters? What a cool image, right?
And here's your toolkit. These are some of the best foods for the job. We're talking leafy greens like spinach and kale, all kinds of berries, veggies like broccoli and cauliflower, spices like garlic and turmeric, and citrus fruits. These are the things that give your kidneys the antioxidants and the alkalinity they need to defend themselves and, to start healing.
Okay, here's a super practical tool you can use every single day. No equipment needed. It's the urine color test. It's like a simple, instant picture of how hydrated you are. Pale yellow? That's your goal. That means you're hydrated and your filters are getting a good flush. But if it's dark amber, well, that's a warning sign. It means you're dehydrated and you're putting your filters under a lot of strain.
So just try to remember this, okay? Every little choice adds up. Every single time you reach for a glass of water instead of a soda, you're not just quenching your thirst, you're giving your body's most important filters a gentle, cleansing rinse. It's literally an act of self-preservation.
And I want to leave you with one final and really crucial thought. It's a bit of a sobering thought, but it's so important to hear. Unlike some parts of your body, once your kidney filters are gone, they're gone. They don't grow back. The damage, once it reaches a certain point, is permanent. So the real question isn't what you're going to do tomorrow or next week. It's what's the one small protective choice you can make for yourself today.